This is a brief, shortened clip. A nurse whistleblower in New York, and the gentleman's commentary after her expose on what's going wrong in New York. But he's got some good questions. What are you going to tell your children and grandchildren?
No question, the woman's correct, and it is political. There's no question it is about money. Again, we've discussed that. It seems to be the God we all believe in to a degree. However, I want to ask you a question, especially my subscribers with children, because the ones that sit and believe and go to all these belief establishments on the weekend and everything, which they don't do now, so it kind of tells you which avatar they believe in stronger, the one that they claim they're going to, or the one that is right now. And obviously they don't go to church because some human being said the doors stay closed, and they'll listen to the human being instead of worshiping the particular avatar they choose. That's how mixed up people are. But I want to ask everybody a universal question, especially my viewers with children and grandchildren. The dear woman makes an excellent point, and I've asked this question before in an interview to a very prominent author, James Wesley Rolls, and he's a survival blog. He owns that website, the biggest in the world about survival, and we had several talks. And my final question to him was the same one I'm going to bring up now, because he just got floored. I said, what are you going to tell your grandchildren? What are you going to tell your children when in a decade from now they find out that all of this was a hoax, and because you didn't live up to your responsibility of doing your own research, like I'm trying to bring out to people? This is not staged. This is from real people. And you could have prevented it all, and none of this had to happen. None of it. But because of your own fear and your own particular belief, you've caused this to happen. And how are you going to answer something like that? If this forced vaccine situation comes into being, and you all of a sudden start seeing people like the Drogues having cancer in their 40s and early 50s, even late 30s, and they're your children and grandchildren, and when the truth is out, how are you going to look them in the face? I mean, I don't think I didn't know is going to cut it. So you might want to think about that, as difficult as it is, because it was no easier for any of us, any other of us who started to recognize the truth. And forgive me, I'm just steering off. There's about 25, 30 cows right by the fence here, and they're all trying to get to the mango tree. But anyway, we're so glad we live in the country right now. And anyway, you try and answer that question, because, again, belief means something that you're in love with and an idea. It has nothing to do with truth. I applaud the woman. Over the years, when I was educated in my younger years, I could see by the woman's body language she's a very nervous person right now, but I do sense by the eye movements and the amplified eyebrows. But I applaud the woman, but I can tell she's under tremendous stress right now. This is sincerely bothering her, but I do think by her nature, probably because our cells adapt to the surroundings that we place them in. So I imagine she's in a very fast-paced part of the world she lives in. But in any event, the body language expresses that. So a lot of people are riding on these kind of nerves. I'm so pleased to see people starting to stand out like this. The mentors will soon be moving on, because as more and more of this turns over, then the herd is always going to take the sweep and then start pointing the finger at everybody else about how could you have not known? How could you have not known? Once everybody knows, it's just how the herd reacts. Anyway, part of this makes me pleased to see people speak out. A big part of me, though, just amplifies, not that it bothers me because I choose not to let it bother me. I am aware of it, though. A lot of people, they're so blatantly lost in fear that they have no idea that them selling themselves, their children, their grandchildren, their freedom and their health right down the drain by their own selfish fear, and they're afraid to look out of the pot. Anyway, keep boiling in it. It's old Barry.
Hope you enjoyed that. Very much true.